Hey guys, and welcome to another GameXplain discussion. I'm your host, Andre Seegers, and this time we're joined by Ash Paulson to discuss all the Smash Bros updates from this past week. So let's get started. Alright Ash, well this is a surprisingly not terrible week actually. Not an amazing week, but not a terrible one, provided given the fact that Smash is already out in Japan. And we actually had some interesting things this week, including an update, a special update from Sakurai, which we'll be discussing at the end here. But for now, we'll just stick to the picks, and it starts on Monday with Sakurai talking and explaining a little bit more about Conquest Mode, which came in an update, I believe, to the Japanese version. It will be coming to the US version as well. Yeah. So this mode's a little bit different. So basically, it aggregates the wins of these teams that they come up with. So in this picture, you can see it's Palutena and Pit. You got Mario, Luigi. You got the Fire Emblem characters, and you can see their win ratio there. I'm presuming. And that's based on, it seems the wins, online that you have with those characters.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's season-based, kind of like, multiplayer modes you might have seen in other online games. So it looks like that, wins will be tallied up for teams of characters at the end of a season, and then a new season will begin. And it's, I don't know, I guess it's kind of a cool extra mode. I don't really know what point it serves. Maybe, I really don't know what point it serves at all, but I guess it's something fun, extra to look at. I mean, I guess
the interesting thing about it is, I called it a mode earlier, and it's not even that really, because apparently if you just choose a participating character in the with anyone option, you're automatically basically taking part into it, or taking part in it. And then I guess you can check the stats from the title screen there. So, yeah, I don't know. I mean, it seems like, a little bit of a throwaway thing almost, like it might be cool to check in every now and then.
But what's interesting to me about Conquest is not actually Conquest itself, but really what it says about how Nintendo is treating this game, because Sakurai says here, we'll be running Conquest in beta for a while. That's not something that you hear Nintendo ever say.
No.
That they're going to be running an online mode in beta for a while. That's just something you hear on other platforms. Nintendo doesn't do this kind of stuff,
They don't.
And just kind of the fact that this mode was added via a patch on the day of release, which tells us right from the get-go that Nintendo is all about supporting Smash Bros. With patches.
Yeah, that is awesome, actually. That does bode well for our future. We've seen that with Mario Kart 2 now several times.
Yeah.
So yeah, it seems like Nintendo's finally, understanding this whole online thing to some degree.
Yeah.
I am surprised that this of all modes is the one running in beta, which seems to be just really a stat aggregator.
I don't really know why. I don't know how long the beta will last and why it even still needs to be in beta. But yeah, I guess it could end up being fun. I'll check it out and see what it's like. But I'm not gonna, I don't see it being something that I just check into every day with bated breath.
Who knows? It feels like it might be like one of those random Wii channels they made. They would just throw it out there, and then you just forgot about like a week later.
Although I have to say, I do still miss the Everybody Votes channel.
That's actually literally the one I was thinking of.
Yeah, I like that one actually. I did it all the way up to it being discontinued.
Oh wow, that's impressive. I did it for like a couple months. I'm like, why am I doing this?
Yeah, there's no real point to it. It's just time waster.
Alright, moving on to Tuesday, we get another look at Smash Run, which again is something I said a bunch. And at this point, there's really not much to talk about, but we played a bunch of it yesterday on our stream even, or 2 days ago at this point. But yeah, here we get a look at two enemies, being Ghastly from Pokemon and the Ghost from Find Me. And here we can see that the Ghost from Find Me has a shield, and it's apparently like immune to pretty much everything but grabs. Although if you're playing as Diddy, you can use his monkey flip, to like latch onto his face, I'm guessing, and take him out too.
I know I've encountered the Find Me Ghost before, and it's obnoxious to fight.
Really?
Because, as Sakurai says, it really does block all of your attacks. And it's actually kind of nice to know that grabbing will work now, because, yeah, I was wondering how you're supposed to kind of kill that guy without, trying to get behind him. So that is helpful, actually. Thank you for that, Sakurai. And also it says that Ghastly can only be damaged with items, too, which I guess kind of makes sense, given its metaphysical ghostly nature.
I do like how even within Smash Run, like the attention to detail with these characters and enemies, it's super impressive. Like they're still behaving true to the games that they came from.
Yeah, they really are, and I've seen that just playing Smash Run as much as I have. I've really seen that common to a lot of enemies, such as the Goombas. Like the Goombas, you can fight them if you want, but if you just jump on their heads, it's a one-hit KO.
Right, yeah, that's right, exactly.
Which I love, yeah.
That is a really nice touch. That's exactly what you expect from a Mario game.
Exactly.
Alright, moving on to Wednesday, we get a look at the Streetpass mode in the game, being Street Smash. I actually literally just tried this out for the first time right before we started doing this discussion. It's actually pretty fun. So, the way it's going to work, apparently, is as you Street Pass with people, you enter this like battlefield of marbles. You can charge up to form a smash attack basically, where you can smash the other balls off the arena. It actually is very much like Monkey Fight from the original Monkey Ball, if you guys remember that.
It is actually like that, yeah.
Yeah, and I love that mode, and I actually had fun with this for the few minutes I played it. And I know you're a big fan of Streetpass, Ash, so what do you think about this being here? I think you actually played it at PAX too.
Yeah, I checked it out at PAX, and I like it. I think it's a pretty cool mode. Like you said, it does remind me of Monkey Fight from Super Monkey Ball. And I think I remember reading somewhere that the more marbles that you're facing off against. So basically, the more people you street pass at once, you're going to fight against all those people at once. And basically, if you can beat all of them, the more loot you'll get. You can get rewards such as gold, trophies, custom moves. So basically, it's just another way, yet another way to earn more things for the game. Another thing you can do when you're controlling your own marble or ball, whatever, you can also dodge. So there is a bit of thought and a bit of strategy that goes into this. It's not just kind of a button mashy, mini game. Like, there is a bit of skill that goes into it.
Yeah, no, it was fun when I played it. Okay, well, moving on to Thursday, we get was definitely the most exciting pick of the week, being the fighter's record window screen, and apparently made it easier to browse through. Now, unfortunately, I can't really attest to this because I'm playing the Japanese version, and it's actually pretty difficult to navigate that if you don't understand what's happening on it.
Yeah.
But luckily, going off the picture he put on here, it does look pretty self-explanatory, once you can understand the language. And, yeah, I think it's cool. Like, I've always had fun going through those stat screens, and just seeing, how certain characters perform, and, what's going on. Although my stats are completely out of whack. Just because I've been testing out characters, or when I was trying to unlock characters, like I would choose Fox's run off the ledge 120 times. So.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, like you, I enjoy, like in Brawl, kind of going through, my character records and kind of seeing where everything falls. I do like that Smash games always do keep track of the most minute details. I mean, literally everything for every character is kept track of. And I mean, to make that all that easier to go through, I mean, that's a welcome, addition or a welcome change. It's not the biggest deal ever, but I enjoy going through fighter records, and it'll be nice to have it be a little easier this time around.
Yeah, it's cool to have it there. Okay, well, moving on to Friday, we get what's my favorite personal update of the week, picture-wise, and that is we get a new Wii U stage, and by new, I mean a returning one from Brawl, being Castle Siege, which was its Fire Emblem stage. And I actually really liked that stage in the original game. I thought it looked awesome in Brawl. And I think it looks awesome here still. Like, I think it looks just gorgeous in HD.
Yeah, I mean, you can really tell the HD upgrade immediately, especially in the first screenshot. It definitely looks better. And like you, I have always enjoyed playing on Castle Siege and Brawl. I'm happy it's back. And it's really just crazy to see all the love that Fire Emblem is getting this time around in Smash Brothers.
A ton of love,
4
right?
characters. A returning stage, and a new stage already in the Wii U version. And honestly, it's just nice to see another Wii U update finally. Like, now that the 3DS version is out in Japan, almost out everywhere else. It's nice to see, oh hey, the Wii U version does exist again, or does exist after all, and here's a new stage finally. I think the last time we got a new stage was the Great Fox. Like, that was like a month and a half ago, maybe?
At least, yeah, I think.
Yeah. So yeah, this was an exciting update and kind of came out of nowhere.
It did, yeah. I don't think either of us expected another Wii U update until the 3DS one came out worldwide.
Right.
Because yeah, I thought they would just keep going with that, like they did for the rest of the week. So this, yeah, really did come out of nowhere, and it was awesome. Now there was something we're talking about before this, before we recorded this, and that is this is the 21st Wii U stage we know about. And if we go off the 3DS version, there's 34 stages in that game in total, which means, and I don't think it's a stretch to say that Wii U version will at least match that number, if not exceed it.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it'll exceed it.
Exactly, which means there's a ton of stages we don't know about yet. There's probably at least 15 stages or so that we don't know what they are.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm so excited to really find out what the picks of the day beyond the Smash Bros 3DS North American release really hold. I mean, we do have a lot of stages, obviously, that we had known nothing about, as you said. So, it's probably going to, obviously, it'll be a combination of returning stages. Maybe there'll be a couple more shared stages with the 3DS version. But I think the majority are going to be all new stages, and I can't wait to find out what those are.
Yeah, well, I think this is a good time to segue to Sakurai's post on Tuesday, where he talked a little bit about the post of the day itself. And, in describing its future plans, now that Smash Brothers, or one of them, is actually out. And he said some interesting things, actually, quite a few interesting things. First up is the fact that he had originally only planned to do this for 2 months, starting way back at last year's E3.
Yeah.
I don't think I don't think he ever publicly said that, right?
No, he definitely didn't. I don't think anyone ever knew that.
That's crazy. Like, that is so nuts to me. Especially because the first 2 months really covered nothing. Like, they were just fun little updates.
Yeah.
And that's actually something else he talks about. But, yeah, like, that is crazy to me that he was only planning to do that for a short period of time.
Well, and imagine just how different the hype, the pre-Smash hype would have been if he really had stopped after 2 months, because we wouldn't have known anything about, or really much of anything about the game. Because we learned so much about, or we know so much of what we do because of the picks of the day. And without all that, I mean, we would have been flying blind really right up until release.
Yeah.
Except for the characters he chose to, reveal whenever he wanted to. But yeah, it would have been a completely different pre-hype game, so to speak, if he had actually stopped at 2 months. And I think a lot of people would have freaked out. Like, wait, you're done? That's it? 2 months? And we only got these silly pictures that didn't really... Wait, well, how are we going to figure out, find out anything else? And it definitely is weird to think that could have happened.
Yeah, it would have been a grueling wait, I think. Although conversely, how awesome would that have been, though, if the game just came out, we know almost nothing about it, like just everything is a surprise.
Yeah, no, I think there's a lot of merit to that. I would have really enjoyed that. I mean, it kind of reminds me of how I felt when I found out that the mysterious pink stage in the stage leak for 3DS was Magic Kingdom. Like, oh, this is actually something I legitimately didn't know. This is super exciting,
Yep. Yeah, exactly.
So, yeah.
So Sakurai did go on, though, that, although he planned for 2 months, he obviously kept it going. And he's going to keep going, at least until the Wii U version comes out. Now, he does say, he says he's not sure if he's going to go by the Japanese release or the overseas release date, being in Europe and the United States. And so that is interesting for a few reasons. One, that means it's not coming out at the same time worldwide again.
Yeah.
Which is so weird to me. I don't know why they're doing that. Why?
I don't know why Pokemon gets a worldwide release and Smash Bros doesn't.
Right.
That's just that is so confusing to me. But I mean, after the 3DS version didn't, I'm not that surprised that the Wii U version is probably not going to get a worldwide release either.
And it seems basically confirmed at this point that the Wii U version is coming out, or in the US at least, on November 21st in November.
It seems like that. Well, there was that Best Buy leaked, or was it Best Buy or some retailer leaked ad that said that the first round of Amiibos and Smash Bros Wii U are coming out on November 21st, which makes sense.
Yeah, Fred Meyer.
Oh, Fred Meyer. Okay.
Yeah.
So it does make sense. I mean, that has always been kind of Nintendo's go-to big, holiday release date. That's, last year, that's when Super Mario 3D World and A Link Between Worlds came out on the same day.
Now, what do you think? Do you think it's going to come out in Japan first or here first?
I wonder. I mean, it definitely is true that there is more of the focus in Japan is definitely on the handheld market.
Right.
Japan has a totally different culture in terms of, how much they play on their phones and their handheld systems. So definitely the 3DS version, I think, is more important there. And conversely, we're a more console-oriented culture in terms of gaming. So it wouldn't necessarily surprise me to see the Wii U version come out here first, just because I think in terms of Nintendo's bottom line and the money they obviously want to make off this game, the Wii U version is going to do better here than in Japan. Mm-hmm. I could almost guarantee that.
Oh, without question, I would say.
Yeah.
That's not even a question. It will do better here, I think. Partially because, the 3DS also isn't as big here as it is in Japan. It's decent here, but I mean,
sure.
So that is less competition for the Wii U version as well, comparatively.
Right.
Yeah, I don't know though. I think I go back and forth on this. I think there's a chance it could still come out in Japan first, though.
Oh, sure. There's always a chance. Yeah.
Well, I think there's a decent chance it could. Both based on the 3DS one. Just the way he words his the way he talks about this. I mean, he doesn't say anything specific.
Right.
But it kind of does sound like when I first read it, I'm like, oh damn, is it coming out in Japan first? And then I rewrite it, I'm like, okay, well, it doesn't actually say for sure,
Sure.
But that was actually my take. But who knows? I'm hoping. I mean, actually. For us, I hope it comes out in Japan first, but that's actually way better for us. But as a consumer, I hope it comes out, in the US first, because that's more exciting if we get to find out everything, before Japan does, right? Before, finding everything out secondhand.
Yeah.
Now, talking about... Now, Sakurai also discusses that he won't be So here's something interesting. Sakurai also says that he's not going to be posting much new information in the future. And he said this on Tuesday. Then he continued to give new information throughout the rest of the week.
Yeah, so he said he was going to go back to the quirky, kind of fun, weird, funny picture of the day that he used to do, which I actually welcome because I really like those kind of quirky picks of the day that kind of let his sense of humor shine through. And I'm down with that because I never expected him to switch right over to Wii U picks of the day right after the 3DS version came out in Japan. I figured there would be a bit of a, you know, decompressing time where, you know, we just get some kind of random picks of the day first before moving over to the Wii U version. But he says that, and then yet we got 3 more picks of the day, which were all informational picks and not funny or quirky or weird at all. So I don't even know what Sakurai is doing.
Maybe he's working on like a super deep, like ironic level now, right?
That's true. Well, remember, I mean, the Smash Bros series does make him confused about what he's creating. So
that's true.
So honestly, though, I don't know. I mean, yeah, he says that, and the 3 picks after that are all informational picks.
Yeah,
so
and he ends with the Wii U one.
Yeah,
it's so bizarre, but I'm glad that we are going to keep getting information. It seems like, at least to some degree. And it seems like we can keep doing this for a little while longer. I think we'll be okay.
At least a bit, yeah.
So I think we'll just keep going until, I mean, at least until the Wii U version comes out, for sure. And yeah. I have a feeling Sakurai is going to go a little bit longer, too. Just like he did with Brawl. He kept posting pictures even after Brawl had come out.
That's true, he did.
So I don't know. I mean, maybe we'll keep going. Maybe we'll keep the discussions going even, you know, past that point. I really have no idea.
Definitely. I mean, well, he's got to keep the pick of the day going after the Wii U version comes out everywhere because he's got to post pictures of all the DLC characters like the chorus kids, right? I mean, obviously.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's.
Yeah.
Oh, did you see, by the way, the thing Go Nintendo just linked to, showing 2 like arrows found, 2 artwork pictures of arrows they found in the data dump through Smash 3DS.
Yeah, and apparently they go right next to the final stage and you know, the bottom right character on the stage and character select screens.
Right.
So that definitely does suggest the possibility that there is an arrow that is supposed to be implemented for DLC that kind of scrolls to a new page.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very interesting. I'm looking forward to seeing what announcements are made on that front. But between Mario Kart 8 and Hyrule Warriors DLC, I'm almost certain that we're going to get some sort of DLC in the future.
Alright, well I think that wraps up our Smash Brothers discussion this week, so thanks guys for watching. If you liked our discussion, make sure to like and follow us on Facebook and Twitter at GameXplain, you can find links to in the description below. It's a good way to keep up to date on everything we post, and of course keep an eye on GameXplain.com for lots more on Smash Bros 3DS and Wii U, and other things gaming as well. Alright, thanks guys, bye.